Well, we'd like to welcome everyone back. It's another edition of New Guitar Day. We have our assistant here who likes to assist. Yes, she likes to get involved and make sure that everything's okay. Likes to check out the packages. Today is August the 8th, 2018. Don't know if there's any significance there. 8/8/18. Our new guitar today is something a little unusual, so we're being prepared to be surprised. They put it in a lovely big box with the massive amounts of packing material. Let's see, let's just pull it right out. No reason to hesitate. No shortage of packing material. Today's guitar is a bit of an oddball. It's an epiphone. It looks like it was a home paint job, which is reasonable. I have nothing against that. It's a 2015 limited edition. You can sure smell the paint. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I was sort of hoping it was going to be a factory paint job, and it looks like Johnny with a paintbrush. But that may turn out to be okay. Looks like it was originally a black guitar. Yeah, I don't know what to say. We're going to have to try and play it. Definitely interesting. Definitely a homebrew job. I think they probably should have revealed that. But it does have the upgraded cheap Chinese tuners. I don't know, for $100 what can you say? Seems like it's a reasonable assumption that it was what it was going to be, right? I don't know what to say. So anyways, take a look. Very inexpensive. Based on the back of the neck, it was originally a black guitar. Again, in 2015, June of 2015. And that's all we know. We're going to have to plug it in and see what comes out of it. Definitely a homebrew paint job for sure. Interesting. Okay, well maybe it goes back, maybe it doesn't. But anyways, take a look at it. I was curious when I saw it, and curiosity always gets the best of me. And I have a hard time walking away from a deal, so let's just take a look at it. Again, I'm not sure what inspired the previous owner to do an olive green paint job. Yeah, not really sure. So we're going to go plug it in, take it for a spin, and we'll be back with some observations. Okay, so we're back. This guitar definitely has a few interesting issues, to say the least. Some are really minor, silly things. The poker chip's upside down. The switch was going this way instead of up and down the way it's supposed to. Obviously the Krylon paint job, not really what I was expecting since it wasn't listed. But the biggest issue I have is that it's a fresh paint job and it's still off-gassing, and so as you're playing the guitar you start getting dizzy and want to throw up. That's interesting. But to me the most interesting thing is the creativity of the tech. So you ask yourself, what's wrong with this string job? And of course the answer becomes obvious. Every guitar that I've ever seen, unless it's some unusual, the strings should come up and go around the post this way. And you notice on this side, they're on the outside, and then of course the string is crashing into the post. And the reason why may surprise you. This guitar has some aftermarket, probably $10 cheap tuners, but they were put on upside down. And I verified this with my ES339. This little hole, which I'm guessing is like a lubrication hole, should be at the top, as also the post coming out of the tuner should also be at the top. So these all have to be flipped over and put on the other side. And you know, I'm sure the guy who owned this guitar thought he was doing a great thing, but at some point he must have figured out But it really bothers me that the tech immediately noticed something was wrong, and he or she's solution was to string the guitar this way on this side, and on this side it's strung correctly, but you have to turn the tuners backwards. So it should have been obvious to someone. Houston, we have a problem here. Either take the 10 minutes it would have taken when the strings were off to flip the tuners around and get it correct, but to send it out like this is just, to me, really not acceptable. You know, I don't know if they thought a 10-year-old kid was buying this guitar and he wasn't going to know the difference, but it shouldn't matter. And yeah, so someone really just needs to be spanked for that. So I've, you know, gone over the guitar. The action is ridiculously high. I'm not really sure what that's all about either. There is some room for adjustment on the bridge, but I'm not sure. The other thing is, I'm sure when Mr. Home Paint Job, I haven't cracked it open, did his home paint job, he took the foam out from underneath the pickups, so you can't adjust them back up, so they're adjusted really low. And most people will tell you that a P90 really doesn't even begin to sing until it gets up to the string. And these have no adjustment room at all. There's no pushback at all. So there you go. You know, I mean, I realize it's a $79 guitar, and certainly not expecting, you know, Les Paul custom shop quality. But there's some things that just cannot be forgiven. And the upside down tuners is just, you know, that's one thing. But to think you're solving the problem by stringing it this way is absolutely just ridiculous. So there you go. New guitar day turns out to be one of the most interesting ones that I've had thus far. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, just really mildly disappointed. First world problem for sure. Life is great. Fortunately, I have this little beauty right here, which, interesting enough, I paid exactly the same price except for I got free shipping on it because they had a promotion. And this guitar came, you know, almost flawless, other than just a few factory defects, which again, for a budget guitar, you just don't even worry about it. And this guitar just really, not even close. You know, given the condition this guitar was in, I'm not even sure that you could list it in fair condition. I mean, one of the things about good condition is playability. You know, with that string dinging up against the post there, that's just like not right. That doesn't help with playability. Pickups that can't be adjusted, that doesn't help with playability. The switch is like really glitchy. I corrected the crookedness of it, but it's just really, something's not right with that. And my final comment is this. When you get a brand new guitar from Epiphone, it's basically drop shipped through Guitar Center. They don't ever touch it, so your issues are basically between you and Epiphone. But when you buy a used guitar, it's been in the hands of the people at Guitar Center. And this guitar was so supposedly, I mean, again, I'm assuming it was. I don't know if these strings are brand new or not. They feel okay to me, but I'm not really sure. But if it was, in fact, restrung at Guitar Center and the tech actually looked at that and really thought that it was okay to send it out that way, that person just really needs to go back to tech school, because that's just like fail big time. Anyways, small problems, minor disappointment in the big scheme of life. It's an interesting color. Yeah, it was its original carnation, it was a black one, and someone just thought that they wanted an olive green guitar. Got a few little minor skips and gips, which would be no big deal because again the guitar was listed in good condition, and that's par for the course with a guitar in good condition. But man, it stinks. Whoever painted it really should have just let it settle down, because it's just like having a stinky guitar. Anyways, thanks for joining us. Epiphone Les Paul Special 1 P90, one of a kind, olive green, Army issue. Thank you.